for Richard. I think that is evidence also. Let's see if we are on live. And I'm sorry, coming on at midnight, it gets so late because things are really, they're just picking up. Um, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. We are getting traction, and it started with, of course, the video. I mean, this has been um, a path towards justice, and that path has been kind of bumpy because of corruption in our system and fear in our system and agents that have misled, um, that have interfered, misdirected people, intimidated people, harassed people, threatened people, and it goes on and on. And they absolutely have done that. And so, that's made finding Richard, it's interfered in the search and in the investigation of Richard. It's interfered in getting open records answered. It's interfered in getting justice. It's an obstruction of justice tactic, and they weaponize the Department of Justice. They weaponize our institutions against us, and I think that's very, very important for everyone to recognize. I know there's a group of people that are just uh, so disheartened with what is going on in our government that they don't even want to participate anymore in it. Um, but that's like saying, things are on fire, but, I'm just going to ignore the fire. I'm not going to, get some water, some buckets of water, and at least throw water on it or blankets or foam or whatever. We have to respond in this mess. I think we've gotten into this mess of corruption and, um, uh, there's all these family conflicts of interest everywhere, everywhere. Um, eh, you know, eh, and I think that we've gotten into this mess because we have not done the oversight or even the oversight of those that are supposed to hold oversight, like our representatives. We haven't held their feet to the fire. It's gotten very lazy. It's gotten very complacent, and so this whole experience, and I can tell you from the experience that this is absolutely the case, that has been such a learning curve about the way our system works. But we have moved forward and moved forward and moved forward, and because of the this latest, which should have happened at the very very beginning, the receiving the video footage of Richard on January 25th, 26th, because it happened at midnight. The parking lot stop by a canine cop, traffic stop um, in a parking lot. I can't make it up. Uh, that was unjust because, and it was just a violation of his rights. Um, and what happened is they used that and they put a different story on it. They lied about it. And then they used that lie to weaponize the system against him with the permanent GOMAR, with the Field Grade Article 15, to destroy him professionally, to destroy his job, his status in his job, um, and also to escalate it to his abduction, his torture, his murder, his the hiding of his remains, and we have, and I even was just about to put that on um, TikTok, we have three autopsy reports. And this obstruction, this manipulation, this diverting attention to make things so complicated that you have all kinds of facets that you have to answer to when you're trying to find your son. Um, those have gone unanswered. Those autopsy reports that are from El Paso, from Fort Bliss, the CID, from the SEMECO, SEMECO, which is Chihuahua, Mexico, these autopsy reports, and involving Dr. Mario Raskin Ortiz, that has gone unanswered. And we are attempting to, um, because we know that this is a retaliation. Clearly, we've known it for years that it's a retaliation, but now we know from the video, from Judge Alma Trejo's exoneration of Richard on July 9th, that of 2020, that this absolutely was a retaliation for Richard's whistleblowing. We know that they want to avoid that whistleblowing status because they did not include the PI Phil Waters videos and information that he received from um, the interviews that he did that clearly uh, make Richard a whistleblower. Okay, clearly deem him or designate him a whistleblower, an official whistleblower, and of course we have screenshots that officially make Richard a whistleblower, and the system has done everything it possibly can to hide that fact that Richard was a whistleblower. And so if you can spread that news out there, Richard was a whistleblower, absolutely, with the Child Protective Services, with the IG. We know that he was reporting major crimes on Fort Bliss. We know that he had evidence, that he was turning in the evidence. They wanted that evidence. We know that the um, the parking lot traffic stop by K9 cop was a frame job, that Richard was totally sober, that he was so with it, that he was very respectful, very respectful, and passed all the tests. Um, and was standing at attention. He looked so beautiful, really, really beautiful. And so this is absolutely evidence that the reason for all the retaliation, the continuous, the severe retaliation, the harm done to his career, to him physically, to his life, the taking away of his life, the disrespect of his remains, um, you know, that is all because of whistleblowing. Okay. And we know that that is connected to the Walmart mass shooting that happened in El Paso on August 3rd, 2019. And we know that Richard's remains partially were found because he was found in different locations, partially found in Mexico. We know that because of the FBI agent Nadal Baim, who is the father-in-law of Lieutenant Colonel Bradford Bugado, who also has very interesting, he's in G3 of 32nd ADCOM, Richard's command, not just any command, but the planners, the planners. Um, so, our focus then is the disrespect of Richard's remains, and why haven't we received them? Because we have so much evidence, pile upon pile, that you know, Richard's remains have been disrespected and that they have not been given to us. Um, that absolutely that this was malice, intentional malice committed against Richard because he's a whistleblower. And, he went missing and they twisted um, the story too when it comes to why he was under 24-hour watch. They wanted to make it out that it was because he was unstable or he was a criminal or whatever, and that's not the case at all. He was a whistleblower. He was um, a whistleblower so big the IG were all over the barracks because of Halliday. And of course, the CPS, this whole child sex trafficking, and the evidence of that he turned in. This is, a protection, a security detail. And that security detail did not show up the day that he was abducted, forcibly removed, I should say, forcibly removed from his barracks when he was should have been under 24-hour watch. And Dirty Agent Marlon Soto said, oh, they were just complacent. No, he was in danger. He was in danger. He had already had uh, confrontations with Dallas Hart. This is the intelligence